Dobbs Davis giving you the Day 3 analysis report for Transpac this year. We're in the 51st edition of this great 2,225-mile race to Hawaii from Los Angeles. Today we started the third wave of boats headed to Hawaii in 3 divisions. In total we had 15 boats on the start line, and it was a beautiful day. But before I get to that, let's look and see how the fleet did, who started on Tuesday. As usual, here's our YB tracker. Starting off with this weather depiction in the predict wind option for the weather models. You can see there's plenty of breeze out here in the race course. Remember, down at the bottom of the scale here, bottom of the screen is our wind speed depicted in colors. So yeah, green going into orange is around 20 knots of wind, and so they've got plenty of breeze here on the course. The Pacific High is sitting up here in the north, allowing plenty of great isobaric breeze to come onto the race course, which is cool because what that's doing is allowing these teams to stay close to the shortest distance to Hawaii, which in a Mercator projection is going to be shown as a curve here. That's called the Great Circle Route. Why is it curved? Well, the Earth is curved. If we were trying to draw this on a globe, it would be a straight line, but in a planar projection like this, we get these curved lines called great circles. So what's cool about this year is the weather is setting up nicely so that the teams seem to be able to sail a minimal amount of distance. That means a faster race, and they're not going to sacrifice any boat speed to do that. I'll zoom in a little bit here with our first starting fleet and look at a few details. Now I want to thank Mary Lynn Hyde for writing in and giving me the pronunciation of our lead boat out here on the race course. The correct pronunciation is Ho'oko'olehe. So that means to make mischief in Hawaiian. So thank you very much, Mary Lynn, for correcting me on that. This boat, FAR 57, owned by Cecil Rossi and Allison, is going fast. They're 10.8 knots. They're really chugging quite along. As you can see, it's a reaching angle of sailing, which is fast. Usually the fastest angle to sail. So for this boat at 11 knots, heading straight to Hawaii with how many? They've got 1,693.8 nautical miles to go. Now remember, what we're seeing here is a 4-hour delay on the tracker, and that will not be real in where they are now. They're further down the track. Maybe they're out here in a patch of this stronger breeze at about the same angle. But the nice straight tracks that you see here mean that everybody's going fast. Down here, Juneau, which I believe, well, no, actually, it was Nalu, who was the Cal 40. They're one of the slowest rated boats in the class, but a Cal 40 going 8 knots toward Hawaii in a straight line is a good thing. Our folks, our friends from Alaska, in the Micmacs, they were doing some interesting turns in the first day or two of the race, but even they're going 7.6 knots, more or less straight at the mark. So we wish that team luck, and they're probably having a great time. Now, just so you know a little bit about what's going on out here, these are, as we call them, the synoptic northerlies. They're part of this limb of high pressure to the east, and then compressed by those breezes squeezing up against the California coast. So that's why you see quite high wind speeds here. And it's also, very cold water out here. The water off the California coast in the middle of the state is quite cold, and that helps generate overcast conditions. So it's big seas, it's overcast, it's cold, and likely pretty bouncy and pretty wet. So these teams out here are all in foul weather gear and thermals, and they're looking forward to getting further west and into warmer water and warmer conditions, and have the sun come out and the wind go aft, and they can start stripping away out of that foul weather gear that they've been living in for a couple of days here. So all the teams getting off the coast will experience this in this part of the racetrack, and as things go further aft and get warmer, it's likely the sun will break out, and then they'll get into the classic Transpac conditions. Now, zooming in here on today's news is the second wave of starters. 15 boats in 3 divisions have started the race today, and these guys had absolutely fabulous racing conditions. The thermal was well developed. The sun was out. They went from having about 8 or 9 knots at the starting area. In fact, I'll zoom in a little bit more here. 8 or 9 knots at the starting area, which is up here off of Point Fermin on the Palos Verdes Peninsula. And as you can see by their straight tracks, there's not a lot of wind shifts, not a lot of uncertainty. Everybody's close hauled. Now, again, this was 4 hours ago, so they couldn't quite lay the west end of Catalina, which is over here. That's the mark of the course that they have to leave to their port side. So a little short tack up this part. As long as they clear this point, they usually get a little bit of a lift in here, and the breeze bends around the point a little bit, and most of them know how to play this. So it's a great thing to see. Sorry, I lost my zoom there. Come on back. It's a great thing to see that that they're off on what looks like a very quick start. My guess is that tonight they're going to, and remember that these guys are also a little faster than the first group. These are boats that are from 40 to about 50 feet long. So Santa Cruz 50s are the longest boats. And I think there's a couple of 40-footers out here. And boats in between that are fast. Now, actually, that's not true. One of the fastest boats is Bill McKinley's Denali, and we'll tell a story about that here in a minute. And then with the Crowns out here, Brett Walda is Rogers 46, quite a fast boat in these conditions. Bob Pethwick's boat, they were a class winner last time in 2019. Taking the lead both in elapsed and corrected time. And alongside them, the Santa Cruz 52, which is a bit of a cruiser racer boat that has been in many Transpacs. I think usually we have more Santa Cruz 52s in these races. This year we don't have quite as many as last time, but they're quite competitive, and they're sailed pretty well. And guess what? They have an interior, so it's not roughing it too much like it is on Bob Pethwick's boat. That boat's all carbon, it's stripped out, and very much a racing machine. And then here, this other Crown for Riva is J121. They are, where are they? Division 7. So they're leading overall in corrected time in Division 7 in this sked. Now, as I said, what these teams are doing out there now, they're probably punched out somewhere in this zone, with the breeze increasing as they get out here. So I don't think they're going to see that same Catalina eddy problems stopping them tonight. It looks like they're getting off the coast pretty fast. If we scroll back out, let's look into the future a little bit and see if this breeze is going to hold. Now, as you can see, this wind, these northerly breezes are going to be require them to be upwind sailing. It'll be interesting to see their tracks tomorrow when we do the show and see where they went relative to Santa Barbara Island and San Nicolas Island here. Again, it's everything's looking like stick close to the rum line if you can, or the Great Circle route, as it were, because that's going to be the shortest distance to Hawaii, and there's no reason to deviate much further away from that. We'll see if that's going to hold going into the future a little bit. So for this time, not this time, but tomorrow morning Pacific time, you can see overnight there'd be a little bit of an eddy developing as that thermal shuts off. But I think based on these wind velocities, this group should be past there, certainly past Santa Barbara Island. And maybe if they stray too far north, they're in danger of getting into this eddy. So this would be pre-dawn hours. If they stray up too far north, they might get caught up in that light air and that eddy. So I think these teams will know that. They've got good navigation tools and weather tools. So probably sticking close to or south of the Santa Barbara Island is this little blip here. If they stay south of that, they're probably in good shape. So my guess is the navigators tonight have those marching orders for the crews. Looking forward a little bit further into tomorrow. Again, pretty solid, good solid green breeze here. This would be about the start time of the next wave of starters, which are our fastest boats in the course. So these are all the really fast guys, bigger boats. It's again, I think it'll be, if it's sunny tomorrow, we'll get very much similar conditions. It's a little worrying to see this developing. You can see that this is a southerly breeze rather than a westerly breeze. So that might be the limb of an eddy, but I'm not sure how real that is. Again, if the weather's anything like today and they get sunny conditions, we may not see much of that. If we went to the predict wind model, we could probably see some better resolution on that modeling. But the point is, if they can get out of here and get out into this limb of green breeze past Santa Barbara Island, they're going to be off and running like this next wave was. I'm going to share with you a few photos from today because I think they're really helped illustrate how great the conditions were. This photo from Doug Gifford, one of Sharon Green's team on in the photo team, there just shows you, classic Transpac start conditions, sunny skies, 10, 12 knots of wind, and just everybody charging hard. So these are the guys in the Triumph, and this photo of the Denali team was great as well. This is a team from Michigan. Owner Bill McKinley is a great guy. He's had many race boats over the years, and they were really excited about coming here and doing their first Transpac. Their boat, a Curve 46 Plus, is an awesome platform. They brought this from the Great Lakes region specifically to come sail in the West Coast, and this was their goal to do this race. Unfortunately, just a couple of minutes past this photo being taken, this happened. They had an unfortunate accident. We don't know what caused it, but as you can see by the bend in the spar here, the rig failed right at this place. This is the joint between the top and the sleeve between the top and bottom of the spar, and there was a loud bang, and the spar has compressed there. So basically, it's a fracture. We helped them get back safely to shore. Fortunately, nobody hurt, and at this stage, the spar is still up. But the real tragedy is that they're not going to be able to do this race. So we wish that team all the best of luck in getting things sorted out, and we hope that they can come back with this boat or another boat and fulfill their dreams to get to Hawaii. This is what. This is another photo from Sharon Green. She was in a helicopter. These are the guys in the Santa Cruz 50 Horizon. And this is a team in the J125 Nerid. Both the classic photo, west end of Catalina. This is their last point of land that they'll see and put behind them as they sail another 2,000 miles west. So again, Sharon was very excited when she got back from the helicopter, saying it was just absolutely awesome conditions out there. So I will close today's show on that positive note for the fleet that's going out there, and with our condolences to Bill McKinley and his team. We're really we feel for them and hope that they can keep their chins up and look forward to doing this another year. And again, the fortunate thing is nobody was hurt, so that's always a good thing. And we wish all the teams out there best of luck in their journey off the coast. So join us tomorrow. It should be about this time where we'll have our day 4 analysis, and we'll show the third wave of boats coming off here in the 2021 Transpac. So I'll say so long for now. For Transpac Yacht Club, I'm Dobbs Davis.